Hey, how you doing? My name's Pwn. You can call me Dustin if you want. That's my real name, if you didn't know that, by the way. Yeah, so I wanted to do something I haven't done in a long time, and it's something that I used to do that was called Real Talk. Many of you guys are new around here. You've never seen a serious side of Pwn. You've only seen me goofing off and probably naked, but other than that, I do have a serious side. I do have a responsible side. Believe it or not, it does exist. It just comes out when it feels like it. Um, it's just it's one of these things that I used to do. A lot of my fans used to love them because it was, I've talked about my depressions, my anxiety issues, why it's limited me from driving, my thoughts on homosexuality and everything like that. And occasionally I like to talk about these. And a lot of my older fans that have been coming back to this channel have been just pounding at me. Hey Pone, can you do another Real Talk? So because I didn't have any comments or topics to go off of, I wanted to do one for myself in the spirit of Thanksgiving. And I wanted to talk about something that I'm thankful for and the impact that it actually had on my life, and that is video games. And I know it sounds kind of weird, maybe even selfish, awkward, or nerdy, that I'm thankful for video games, but they did something for me. They basically saved my life. And I know that sounds really, really weird, but it's true. It led to so much. It led to my YouTube career. It led to my sanity. It kept my sanity and everything like that. So let's take you guys back a little bit and talk about this a little. I was a young kid. I was a teenager. I was heavily involved into video games because my home life sucked. I'm sure like many of you guys out there listening right now, adults, kids alike, you may not be the happiest people in the world. Hell, you may be depressed right now. Actually, the majority of the world is too. So to feel like that you're not, like you don't belong or things are just struggling for you, understand that is the norm. It's the people that, are just all taken care of. Those are the dysfunctional motherfuckers. Those are the guys that aren't ready for when the shit actually hits the bucket. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because gaming did something for me. And it's in the one word that I've always described gaming as is it was my escape. I used video games as a crutch. At first, I realized that I needed it, and then I had to kind of wean myself away from them. I was very depressed, as close as you can get to suicidal, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy with it. I don't blame anyone. I did at the time. I don't now. I wanted to blame the world. I wanted to blame my dad for walking out. I wanted to blame my mom for... She really didn't do anything wrong. She worked her ass off. She tried so hard, and then I was just a pain in the ass. I was like a bad man, like, no, you're bad. And I just didn't want to work out well with her. And that's one of the biggest regrets of my life is that I made her life horrible because I wasn't happy that mine was horrible too. And she was just doing her best, and I tormented my mom because of that. And I was a bad person. I was selfish, but not in the way of like, oh my god, I need those shows. It wasn't like I needed items or anything like that. I just didn't feel loved. I felt like I was alone in the world. I felt like nobody understood me. I felt like everybody had nice things and love and friends, and I had nothing. So the best way to define it was I had no definition, no purpose. And, I as a normal teenager, you had all those warnings. All those people like, oh yeah, man, you're gonna fuck all these girls, you're gonna do all this stuff, you're gonna experiment with drugs, dudes, and wait, what? And you're just gonna, you heard all these things about how other people's lives and the greatest moments of their teenage years, but I didn't go through those. I never once as a kid, I'd look at a girl and be like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right, let me get your selfies. Yeah, it was before selfies, but you know what I mean? It's just like you would admire a hot chick and be like, I wish I could tap that, but your mind and process, I wouldn't go beyond that. I would never try to achieve that because it just didn't feel worth it. I couldn't talk to girls. I couldn't do anything because I was just mad at the world, mad at myself. I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to die. I just didn't want to continue. I felt like I had no purpose. And I know a lot of people go through these in their lives, whether or not it's at home, they have problems, they have struggles. I understand you're not alone. And video games did for me what nothing else in the world could. And they could give me a timeout, if you will, a break. And this often happened with movies, too. That's why I appreciate movies so much. I have a movie library of over 2,000 movies. I was depressed. Mom had boyfriends, abusive issues, problems. My mom wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. There was just no one happy around me. I would skip school. I wouldn't do anything. I didn't smoke. I didn't do drugs. I didn't harm myself. I didn't do anything like that. But what I did is I would just bury myself in video games because when I played games, I didn't worry about the world. Didn't worry about having to get a job. I didn't worry about my mom bitching at me. I didn't worry about having to clean the dishes. I didn't have a worry when I played video games. It like took me out of reality and put me in a different realm where all the shit that I hated just did not exist. It was like temporarily blocked. Imagine it just being pulled out. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about because I'm almost confident that every one of you right now, video games has done the same thing. And I prove it in the point that how many times have you sat down and said, oh, yeah, I want to play video games for an hour. And by the time then, it's 3 a.m. And you're like, well, shit. It never feels like that. And it's because you lose track of time. You lose worries, concerns. You're just in the game. You're just consumed by it. And so I didn't play video games because I loved video games. I played video games because it got rid of the pain. It kind of pulled away from the harsh reality that we call life. And it was kind of a break. Everybody needs a break. And I encourage you guys to find that. And above all, whether or not it's video games, some people get some sort of calmness, serenity from reading. And movies were big for me. If you could find a great director or a great person that could take a movie and take you out of the world. And I found it generally through thrillers and horror movies and stuff like that, where I wanted to find out who was the bad guy, who was the killer. It would get me thinking the whole time while I'm trying to solve who's or what's going to happen in this movie. I wasn't thinking about the concerns in my life or how I was fucking up. Every day of my life in my teenage years, I felt like I was just a mistake. I felt like I was never going to amount to anything. I felt like everything was falling apart. And I used video games as a crutch to get me through that. I could not imagine the kind of person I would be if I did not have video games. Like, I am so thankful for them. I would have been into bad things. I've never been a fan of drugs or hurting myself, but I'm the kind of person that has anger issues that I would have probably hurt somebody else. I never felt I was destined for anything. And it was insane because I mean, the hopes and future of, I can't wait till I have a kid, I can't wait till I go to college, none of that stuff was even in the back of my head. That was just terminated. It was never a thing. I just never thought that was going to happen, you know, where kids are excited to move out. I'm like, I'm just going to stay here and piss my mom off for the next 50 years, and hopefully she kills like my Xbox and I just go nuts or something. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I just wanted to piss the world off because the world shit on me. And I was depressed, I was in a funk, but video games kept me sane, if you will. And I attached to them because it was about the only thing in the world that can make me not feel bad. So they didn't make me feel good, but they could make me not feel bad, and that was good enough as a kid. And it led me to a few other things. And I'm not saying this as a hopeful thing or to keep you positive or anything like this, but it did in fact deliver me to YouTube. All those years of wasting my life gave me the ability to become pretty good at video games. And in turn, it returned me to a possibility and just abnormal life with doing YouTube and entertaining people. And I get comments every day like, how do I talk to this girl, or my brother killed himself. I get these messages every day about how some of these guys that watch my videos are like, I want to kill myself. My mom just killed herself. And I see these guys and I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of stuff I dealt with. And some of them are worse than what I dealt with. And these guys are trying to stay strong at any cane. And my advice to you guys is find something to bury yourself in. Find something that pulls you away from what pisses you off. Video games was it for me. Writing, reading, working out can be good. I don't care if it's jerking off. Whatever it is, just find something that temporarily releases you, and you just need that occasional break to just go, fuck it. You know what I mean? You just need something like that sometimes. And gaming was that. It did turn into an addiction. It did turn into a bad habit. Because not feeling pain, it was the best part of my life, and I got absorbed in it. I would play 12 hours a day, do nothing about it, don't apply for jobs, wouldn't do anything, still disrespect my mom, and it was just never a good thing, never a good habit for me. So where it did save me, and overall it was more better than it was worse, but it did also in fact hold me back because I got so used to not feeling anything that's what I wanted to deal with. I was afraid of being hurt again, or afraid of the world shitting on me again, that I didn't want to step out of that comfort zone. And it wasn't until I found YouTube and people started like, oh my god, that was incredible how you did that with Call of Duty and how you did all these things, and these people kept supporting me like, oh, I want to help you, I can't wait till you get big on YouTube, and they kept you know, praising me and stuff, and then I see all these guys that said LOL, and they started quoting some of the funny things that I said in videos, and I'm like, I'm making a difference in people's lives. And that made everything I went through worth it. Like, in the end of the year, at the end of the day, I'm not going to care about the money I made from what I do. I mean, obviously, to support my family, that's important, that's essential. But what really matters to me with YouTube is the amount of people that I've touched. In any way you want, I'll touch you all. And that's right, that's my goal of this video, is to touch you. I'm touching you right now. You're listening to me. I'm touching your ears. And I've made a difference in people's lives, believe it or not. I mean, you're not going to remember me 10 years from now. You're not going to tell your kids about me. And there's probably a couple of you guys right now, yeah, I will. You're not. What you're going to do is you're going to live your life, you're going to have fun, you're going to do your things. But truth is, how many people in their life can say, and this is the one thing that I take home, this is my trophy, is how many people in their life can say they've had over 1 million people watch their stuff in a day, or in a month, every month, and I've brought smiles to people's faces on the daily regular. That's something that not many people can say. And that's the one thing that I attach myself. That's the one thing that I'm proud of myself for doing, and it turned me around, and it was a luck chance. So what I'm saying and encouraging you guys to do is to not attach to a video game like I did. Use it, need it, help yourself, find something similar to it and escape. But above all, it's doing it and writing it out until you find that purpose. It wasn't until YouTube that I started getting my confidence back, and that gaming by some odd chance, which is probably not going to happen to any of you guys, just so you know, don't just try to ride out on a whim, play video games, and try to do what I do, because it's not likely, and it's just not a safe thing to do. It's a 1 in a billion lucky chance that I hit, and I'm grateful for that. And something like that will come along for you. There's going to be a purpose for you, and you just have to wait it out until you find it, or you find that initiative, you find it down in your heart that you need to do it, and I wasn't strong enough. But I pray and hope that you guys are. And it was ridiculous, because that kept me sane till I found my purpose, and then I met my wife. And then that's when I realized, I met Amanda, that's when I realized that I needed to change my life. I wanted to be better for her. I didn't feel like I was good enough for her. So she made me better by just being herself. I wanted to be equivalent to her. I wanted to show her that I cared. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to start cleaning up. I wanted to start working. I wanted to be confident again. I wanted to be strong for her. And that's how it is. Find something you care about, be it a woman, a video game, a hobby, building planes, creating graphics, whatever it is, your passion. You need to find that and invest in it. That's what you have to do, and it's not always healthy. That's the one thing that I learned from just diving into video games, is that was the only thing I had in the world. Had that have fallen apart, had my Xbox would have blown up, I would have had no way to save myself. I wouldn't have. Then I would have been there alone. So it's never safe to completely put yourself 100% into something in case something goes wrong. I have a couple things now. I've got my kid, I've got my wife, I've got gaming. And the one thing that I found is I love making a difference to other people. So the day that YouTube is gone to me, I'm probably going to go help out at shelters, animal shelters. I hate people. I'll probably do what I can to continue to make lives different and easier for other people. And that's what I've taken away from this. So as a person that's been through that kind of stuff, hopefully you guys can relate to this a lot. And I just wanted to share this with you guys and tell you guys that I'm thankful for everything you've done for me. Thankful for gaming, for my mom for holding out as long as she did without... Okay, she tried to hurt me a lot. I wouldn't let her, but you know what I mean. You know, she did a hell of a good job. So I'm thankful for the way everything turned out. It may seem like the world shits on you every chance it can. Sooner or later, it's gonna stop, and you're gonna put your foot down, and you're gonna say, you know what, bitch, fuck you, and you're just gonna move on with life. You're gonna have this moment, this epiphany, if you will, and you're just gonna wake up and be like, we're not gonna take it. And you're just going to go with it. You know what I mean? So I wish you guys, if you guys are younger now, or even I know some guys that are my age or older than me that are in funks, lost their job, lost their wife. Things are going crazy. The Patriots are losing this year. I mean, there's some crazy, crazy things that are going on in the world. And there may not be any answers. Or there may be answers, you're just not open to them yet. Just stay strong. Stay out there. Find things, find hobbies, painting, drawing, whatever it is. There's something out there that you can put your time and investment into to take you away from the harsh reality that we call life. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Thank you one more time. Hopefully you guys have a great holiday. I hope to continue to do this for as long as I can. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing and try to help other people out as you can. Not necessarily just for them, but for yourself too, because it means a lot to yourself to know that you've done something good for other people. So thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this real talk. If you'd like to see some more, feel free to drop a comment down below. Say, hey, Pwn, I haven't been subscribed in a while. I want to see you talk about your anxiety or how you deal with girls or Barack Obama. You know what I mean? Just whatever you want me to talk about, and I'll go over these and maybe hit those over the next month or two. So thank you guys again. I want to thank you for everything you've done. Have a great day, guys. Stay moist. Stay positive. The world's a bitch. Bitches get fucked, though. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying now.